guys, just wanted to show you how I have been vaping currently. What system I've been using. I have one of these standard 3-post rebuildable atomizers. It's a dripping atomizer, and you can get these anywhere, Fast Tech to Patriot, which is awesome atomizer. And what I do is I replace this cotton every, let's say, couple days, because after a while, I just took one out. You're gonna see that it starts getting brown and black in the oxidation. I don't know what you call it, but right now I have braided candle. I usually either use very small braided candle, or I use this 28 gauge right here. And these will last me about 3 or 4 weeks. All you have to do is just keep it every couple of days. So it's really easy to do. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to replace it and show you how to do it. So first thing I do is I want to make sure I clean the coils and I compress them and make sure they're in the right position. You want to make sure you can see through the coils. So I'm firing a couple times and that'll clean it out. Clean any residue off of them. If you use coil if you use coil that's big enough, you won't have it just pop on you, or it'll really melt off the post. Not melt off, but it'll burn and fall off the post if the wire is too small. But that will also change the heating time. So if you, there's a combination of things, like anything else. But depending on how many times you wrap it, it'll get hotter and colder quicker. Everybody has a preference on how fast they want their clothes to heat up. But usually there's, a gamut that you want to stay between. You don't want to go anywhere under, let's say, 6 or 5 ohm, 0.6 or 0.5 ohm. If you want to enjoy your vape, you can make a lot of good smoke. It won't be really enjoyable because the cotton can be pretty fast to replace the juice, depending on how it's wicking. And that's what I wanted to show you, is how my cotton is wicking all the placement. And the system is working really well for me now. I got the hang of it. Just want to always keep those coils compressed. And you want to make sure that the air shoots out of it. So I've currently been wrapping it around this pin. Now I want to put it on like this. I used to put glue or ceramic wick, but I found that you get a lot more airflow and surface area and have better results if you just put the cotton under it, sit under it. But the trick to that is you want to make sure that the cotton, I'll just show you the previous is compressed, pretty saturated under it. So you don't really need a lot of cotton. But it's a very subjective thing. not too tight. And really, that's more cotton than I need for just one coil, because I make these coils pretty small, as you can see here. And that's pretty much all the cotton that I need for this dripping atomizer. It has that lip around there, and what that allows is for me to flood the bottom of it. And if I keep the coils right about at a specific height above the cotton, they always stay moist, you know, and they always have airflow, because the microcoil, what it does is it shoots the air out of those little holes there. So when it gets hot like that, it'll shoot out of the sides, and it'll also wick around it. Because they're so small, the capillary action works a lot better, is what I've seen, you know. But everybody has, you know, their own way to do it. There's no right or wrong way. I just want to show you the things that I've learned about the, I mean, there is a wrong way if you tell you the truth. So after, you know, you've done this a few times, you kind of learn what works best. So cotton has worked really well for me. You know, I used to put the cotton through the little hole, and I've had a lot of trouble with that because the air wouldn't go through as much. And how is the liquid gonna go through a completely compressed coil like this one and to the outside where the air is? So I concluded that if you put the cotton under it just like that, and you keep the coil to where the holes are both out and in the air, but there's a good amount of compression under in the cotton, you have better results like that. So I'm just gonna use the rest of this juice right here. And it's not a lot of juice, but with this system, the cool thing is you can flood the whole thing and it will still wick pretty well. I'm going to use this little piece of cotton right here. And you don't want any loose strands, because loose strands get dry and they burn. So loose strands give you a little bit of trouble too. You can always cut off the excess with one of these things. A lot of people like to soak the whole bottom in cotton, you know, and a lot of my friends had a lot of trouble with cotton in the beginning because cotton doesn't really like to give out liquid as silica and ceramic does. But if you do it and you work with it in a specific way, it has better results. So I'm just going to completely flood this. You always want to keep it very saturated when it comes to cotton. See, the bottom is still not filled, not full, the little lip. But if you work it to where the holes are always in there and the cotton is always contacting the wick and there are no loose strands, and you vape a little bit happier. See that? And this is so easy to do. You know, your grandma could do it too. You don't have to do anything complicated. Disassemble a million parts. And you can vape this, you know, for quite a few very long drags, you know, without a lot of trouble. You just have to change the cotton every few days so it doesn't taste funny. because the cotton will burn a little bit even if you do everything right. But cotton is cheap and easy to switch if you do it like this. See, I used to have 3 holes. Actually, it started out as 1. And this is just one of those, $5 Fast Tech things. And right now I'm running the 2 coils at this 28 gauge or this 22 braided Canthal. All I do is I wrap it about 8 times around one of these things or something like that, between 6 and 9 wraps. And it's not a lot of work to just keep it going, It doesn't have a tank, but if I had a tank, I'd be changing the cotton more often than I'd be replacing the liquid. So it really wouldn't work that well for this dripping system, maybe. For a tank system, it'd probably work better if you went it through the bigger coils. But these little bitty coils work really well with the capillary action, and the juice really crawls all over the coil and keeps the whole thing wet. So it wicks pretty well. You just want to make sure that the cotton's always compressed, and it's not a real complicated thing, because when everything's that small, the liquid evens out all of the irregularities. You just want to make sure there's no loose strands of cotton anywhere. I'm not making crazy amounts of smoke right now, but it's enjoyable smoke in my opinion, And the cool thing about the vaping community is that everybody's learning, everybody's testing everything out. So, there are not too many critics. Most people just want to help you and show you what makes them happy. It doesn't really burn. The cotton isn't the best wicking system ever, but if you do just, some simple things to it, keep it compressed, keep it always in contact with the coil, and keep the coil where it has a lot of airflow through the cylinder, it'll always stay moist and you won't have a lot of trouble with it. Leave your comments below if you have any ideas, or any suggestions, or if you're using a different system that makes you happy, just let us know, I always like to try out different things. Alright, you guys have a good one and vape happy.